can't deny the milk.
Welcome. Welcome to MiLKSTAND PODCAST. I'm your host, Ace.
I'm Jonathan.
And today we have a special guest, our first guest, and this is episode 5.
Crazy how time flies, man.
Word, right?
Crazy.
Son, I still can't remember, yo. But yo, our guest is Kofi Hunter.
That's right. It's me, guys. Hey.
And,
Hey, world.
We told you guys about Kofi Hunter before.
Oh, that one? Hey.
Yeah, the camera's over there, brother.
Hey, ladies.
Over there, brother.
Huh?
Yeah, you just blew a kiss? You just blew a kiss?
I'm newly single, so.
Holy shit.
Oh, my
Huh?
God.
What
That's how we
happened?
started
What's
the
up?
show.
What'd I do?
That's
What's
only-
going on? What happened?
That's what we do.
Where am I?
Not only is he newly single, he also dropped a project called
I
Nation
did.
Time.
Word up.
That's a heavy title.
It's a little different than what you normally.
Yeah.
what you normally
It
do.
is.
But before we get into Nation Time, tell people who you are.
Man, like you said, I'm Kofi Hunter. These are my real friends, so it's like strange a little bit, but yeah, I'm a black man from Queens, New York. I'm born and raised in Queens, New York, Jamaica, Queens. I always say though, I grew up in Queens, Brooklyn, and Ghana, in West Africa, because that's the place throughout my formative years that I spent my most time. I spent like a lot of time in all three of those places. But my father's from Panama and Central America. My mother's from Mississippi and Louisiana. That's where her parents are from. And my mother was born in Mississippi. But they both came to Brooklyn as young people. My father when he was like 14. My mother when she was like 3. They met in their 20s and in Brooklyn at the height of the Black Power movement. Just the kind of black arts movement, black revolution kind of movement in the 60s and 70s. And so, like, that's why I have a name like Kofi, because my parents,
Brother Kofi.
there's so many kids. Like, I could be in a certain neighborhood and there's kids going to be like, Brother Kofi. Like, there's people who really know me like that because that's like for a while, that was like my teacher name. Like, you know what I mean? Like, teaching people drums and African culture stuff. That's like the culture I come from. It's like brother this, sister that, mama this, papa that, baba that, or something like that. But yeah. So like that's like I'm mentioning all of that because that's all of that is like plays a big part into why I'm interested in what I'm interested in. Why I would make an album called Nation Time. Like Nation Time, why I even know anything I know about African drumming or anything like that is from my parents. And people who know me, I'm Kofi been on his, Black Power shit for a long time.
Yeah,
you know what I
we
mean?
even though this is like one of my brothers, me and him be getting into it.
Yes,
too,
but it's still sharp and still vibes. Like, you know what I mean? I respect you, so I will engage with you in that way. Like, if you know me, I'm not gonna engage with niggas like that. Sometimes, like I'll be like, oh word. And that's it.
100%.
Like, you know
You're
what I'm saying?
definitely
Like,
old word.
Yeah. I'll be like, okay, right. Yeah, you word. Right, I know. Yeah, man, that's why when you ask me who I am, I'm gonna talk about that, because like I'm a lover of black people, black culture, African people, African culture. Also I love just my neighborhood where I'm from. Like this book I read called Outliers. You read Outliers?
I read Outliers.
Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Read
Okay.
it. But you'll love it.
And Tipping Point is good too.
Yeah. He got he's great. He's one of the greatest modern authors. But
Can I ask you a question
thinkers.
about Outliers?
Yeah.
When you read Outliers, right? Did you feel like, damn, I missed my opportunity in life?
No. Opposite.
No, because a part of me did feel like that when I did read it, and when I have conversations with other people about it, they're like, yeah, I kind of felt that a little bit. But then when the more you read, you're like, oh no. Like,
for me, it kind of affirmed things that I was maybe unclear about. It maybe revealed it for me, because for me it was like, the reason why I brought it up is because that book made me realize how much of who you are comes from where you're from and who you're raised and reared by and your environment. So like Outliers it's like there's chapters, you know, these different chapters. It's just like there's this one chapter about this town in Italy where everybody in the town lives to be like 100 years old, right? And they tried to run all these, you know, experiments and tests to see why these people live so long. And it's like, is it their diet? I'm like, no, they eat like cheese and meat and they drink wine every day and smoke a bunch of cigarettes. But it is why they live so long is because of they have so many like clubs and associations and groups. It's the environment, the community. So it's like it's so many different factors that go into how successful you're gonna be or not, what you're interested in, who you are. That's beyond just like your genetics or like you're just smart. Like there's a whole chapter in that book about genius. Like, you know what I mean? People throw that word around and shit, you know, and I be like, it don't matter. Like there's a chapter in it about this guy who had a IQ that registered higher than Albert Einstein, and he was working at a gas station. Right, so it's like it's not about, but in the same chapter it talks about Bill Gates, who of course people would say Bill Gates is a genius, right? But the thing people don't know about him, I think it was Seattle that he was from, and in his town, in his high school, it had a computer lab, and literally, the computer lab in his high school in his town was the only computer lab in the country.
Yeah. And people think that
ESPN
that
app going off. The only computer lab in the country. I should put my phone on silent. Sorry. So he would like break into the computer lab as a kid and get more hours in, because that's the thing. Malcolm Gladwell is the father of the 10,000 hour rule. So he talks about how putting in work. There's the 10,000 hour rule chapter. He talks about the Beatles, who, if you're into music like that, people say it's the greatest band of all time, right? And it's like, it's not just because they're so talented. They had this gig in Germany where they were working in this club like 7 days a week, doing like all these hours of shows a day for like 8 years. And it's like, that's why they were able to be so great, because they put in the work, the time, the hours. So it's like, if you ask me who I am, I'm gonna talk about who was around me. And I was talking about outliers because it made me realize all of who I am, well, a lot of who I am can be attributed to where I grew up, the environment I had. My father is a musician. My uncles and my cousins and my brothers are all musicians and artists and creative people and leaders, and, you know, so that's who I am. I'm an artist. I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm a community person. I'm a servant.
Which what we all should be.
And I'm milk.
I've said that plenty of times.
And I'm milk.
And I'm milk.
I like that.
Yeah, that's why you're on the MiLKSTAND.
Right.
MiLKSTAND podcast.
100%.
If you ain't milk, you ain't coming up here.
Facts.
There's two reasons why you ain't coming up here. Because you ain't milk and you decided not to come.
I mean, when you
Just
milk,
for
you
the-
milk. When you milk, you milk. We know
milk
that.
and milk, you can't deny it. You know
Can't
what
deny
I'm
the
saying?
milk. Can't
Now,
deny
on
it.
some G shit though, like you are a milk individual, because like me and you always talk about how like we live in a neighborhood. Obviously, John, because John lived around the corner from you.
Yep.
And me living in Camp Rice, which is like the next town over. And then Hollis is right next to y'all, right? We live in a unique area where like you could go either way. Easily go either way, right? So like
Options is right in front of you.
yeah, so you know, for us to like our neighborhood is not bad, but you have individuals that come from those neighborhoods. You be like, that person lived next door to you, or you was friends with that person.
Man,
You're friends with a murderer. You're friends with a drug
You
dealer.
you know what's crazy about those kind of neighborhoods though? Because you don't label it as bad, the people that are bad try to really be bad. You understand what I'm saying?
They do the most vicious shit.
Right, because they want that label. Like, yo, I'm not from fucking East New York per se. You know what I'm saying? I'm from here, but watch how I do this. Like, it's kind of weird in a way.
It's dangerous, especially like. But the thing is though too, like, because like I said, I grew up in Queens and Brooklyn, like spent a lot. Y'all know, AJ always been a Kofi Brooklyn ass nigga, like, you know what I mean? But like, where we grew up at is bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize that until you leave. Now I realize it because being on some Black Power shit, I'm like trying to take more inventory and stock in my environment and how it made me see the world a certain way. Like I was just talking to this girl yesterday, and obviously I know I'm not no tough nigga, no shit like that. But we was talking about fighting growing up. She was like, I never had a fight in my life. I was like, word? Like, I grew up like not a lot, but like it's impossible to grow up how and where we grew up without at least getting into one fight.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Now you get tested, bro.
Yeah, it's like
100%.
and it's not like that everywhere though. That's what I'm trying to say. We grew up where we grew up, so we think that's normal, but it's not normal.
To get tested.
Her never getting into a fight is normal.
And when you even saying that, it's like,
I'm telling you, that's normal. You're not supposed to fight. Like,
you're not supposed to
people
fight.
aren't supposed to physically fight and try to hurt each other.
Yeah.
Like, let's say it's human nature maybe to be violent,
it's human
but in a
nature to
humane and civilized
protect,
society,
right.
like we should be coexisting peacefully. I guess you know what I mean.
100%. It's our culture too, though, because we're so competitive, right? Yeah. So even if like you're, let's say Dix Hills, you're a black person growing up in Dix Hills, yeah, you kind of don't. You're not in the belly of the beast per se, right? So there's not that competitive nature. They're like, it's weird how we're so competitive. Like we compete over everything, bro. Like you said, testing this person. Niggas will test you because you look a certain way. Or you just got a certain energy, niggas that just test you to see what you're gonna do.
But he just said you're a son of Ghana, right? Yeah. So that whole testing, that whole competing thing, that goes back to the history of our people being enslaved from Ghana. Like there's this cave, you've probably been there too. It's like a tourist spot now where like they take you in and they show you how they manipulated the black people and how competitive nature grew upon our culture. Because they'll have like hundreds of us in that in small space, right? And they have like this little hole. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. And like they'll throw food down once in a while.
Talking about the slave castle.
Yeah, not enough to feed the 100 people there. So like now you know, I gotta fight to get to the whole crab in the barrel mentality. It starts from that. So it's so crazy and sad.
It
way we live today,
even beyond
it
that.
started hundreds of years ago, and it's passed down through DNA trauma. DNA trauma is
epigenetics.
Actually, what's it called?
Epigenetics.
Yeah, so like that shit is real. Like
It's
like
like
genetically,
it's literally in our body.
Yeah, the trauma, genetic trauma.
And also, like I was telling you before, we was talking about we was on the side of my house that day. Poverty and the violence of poverty, right? And the violence of having to live in a state of survival. So now this whole movement now is just about black thrival. We want black thrival, not black survival. We want to thrive, not survive. That's the thing. And also we live in another thing that I realized is that we are, and when we had this conversation, she was like, nah, poor. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but it's like we grew up poor. And it's not until you get a glimpse of the money that exists in the world that you grow up with parents who make $70,000 a year, 75 maybe. We ain't grow up with no parents maybe. I didn't. My father didn't make no $150,000, $200,000 a year.
My dad.
It was like
that was later. That was.
but like, you know what I mean? Well, I didn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the neighborhoods we grew up in, is mid income to low income. And it's like we grew up, our grandparents and our parents grew up so destitute poor that our parents making $60,000, $70,000 a year, we made it. But it's really just placation and really just kind of soothing us to make us feel like we're not poor. But in fact,
they did a good job though.
The way the food we eat is poor people food. Our education is poor. Our healthcare is poor. Like we didn't grow up, and it's like it's all we know, so we satisfied and we good with it. But it's like we grew up and it's like when you see, that's why we on something like, nah, we gotta fight for more. Because when you know better, you do better, right? We see that there's more. There's more. We need more money. We need better education. We need better food, at least, in our fucking neighborhoods. A supermarket with real organic vegetables that's affordable, and like water that's clean. Like we don't even realize the shit we got is fucked. We in a, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. So you saying affordable. So everybody thinks organic and you think expensive. Yeah. Off the top, and it is, right? Where's the medium for that? So how do you get these organic foods and make it inexpensive?
For one, we need to make farming and growing food more accessible and normal for black people. So we need to control our food. Like, and it's happening. You look on internet these days in quarantine, everybody has a little garden. And that's the future, is having your own garden and buying land to build crops.
Fuck y'all real quick. So you know what?
That's what I think anyway.
You know that's what the original Republican is, right? Being able to control your own food, control your own land.
Without the government.
Yes. Yeah. Like that. Like that's what the original Republican.
Yeah, Republican is about doing it yourself.
Yeah.
That's the original Republican motto, and they still kind of like try to. It's anti-government. You know what I'm saying? Democrats and liberals are about using the government as a means to help support, and especially like in socialists, which I lean more towards the democratic socialists, because like until we can really take care of ourselves in that way, we need the government to step in and subsidize. Like we need them to like provide for us, because you fucked us over so crazy. We want that. That's my whole thing with reparations and all that type of shit. Is like it's not a handout. We're not asking for a handout. We're asking for what we are owed.
Yeah. I'm gonna caveat off what you said. A little earlier, you said about us learning how to farm.
No, Jonathan, I'm playing.
Learn.
Damn, my nigga, I told you. No, we're not even going to acknowledge that shit.
Yeah, he was very smooth about it. Like,
yeah, like, yeah.
Right. So I'm going to caveat off that. And, but like you said, though, so like teaching like young kids to farm and, I think that starts with systematic shit, right? So systematically, we're doing what's cool in our neighborhood, which is what? Just playing ball, niggas making music. I think we got to start making other careers and professions cooler. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, you think about that. You tell a kid, you're never going to talk to a kid, a black kid, he's like, I want to be a farmer when I grow up. But you're never going to hear it, bro. Well, we got to normalize these things, yo. Even as far as, like, being a cop goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't talk about certain shit or change certain shit if we don't have a seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where it starts at.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. I'm very anti-police.
100%. I get that.
I just want to be clear about that. Everybody's watching this. We have friends that are cops. As human beings and as black people, I love you, but I don't support you being a police officer. I don't support the police. Fuck the police. They're all pigs. And yeah, I just want to say that.
That went left
clear.
Very quickly, but
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Very left.
Yeah, I just want to be clear where I stand.
So, but let me ask you that though. So since you made that statement, that's heavy shit, by the way, right?
Yeah, and if you not saying if I know what you say, you stand on what you say, but just be prepared for that. Like I won't say fuck the cops. This is what I would say. Like knowing what the history of policing is, it's still kind of the same thing. Like, bro, policing came from capturing slaves. Like, you have to gather the runaway slaves, right? So it's like they say Blue Lives Matter. It's not. It's a fucking uniform. I saw somebody tweet that. Like, how's it Blue Lives Matter?
That you can take off.
You can take that off. I can't take my fucking skin off. Right. So don't tell me Blue Lives Matter. Because first of all, your fucking last episode, we're all human, right? You're a human being first. Yeah. You're a human. We're all human. It's one race, human race. But obviously, the whole colonizing shit, and it changed all that. Now it's color this, color that. So they're trying to separate everybody with color.
Of course.
Like, and I don't want to get too deep in it because there's so much.
No. I just want to, like you said,
we can talk about this shit all day.
Add some context. I'm big on like not adding context too though, because just like that's just how I feel. Like. And I can keep it.
I'm just saying.
No, but I'm gonna just provide a little bit. Yeah. Like I'm just like what the system of how the system of policing exists in America is corrupt and foul, and it's set up to like just as simple as like in the black community, in poor black communities, like we are over policed. I was just telling, I did a show yesterday, I guess we'll get into that later, music and stuff in a minute, but I did a show yesterday on Jamaica Avenue, and literally it's like maybe like a 5 or 10 minute walk from where I got arrested when I was a kid for smoking weed, which is like the only reason why, and now that what that does is that I'm in the bookings, I'm surrounded by other people who got arrested for stuff. I'm being put in the system. I'm getting used to being handled, and I'm getting used to being handled and in the custody of police. It's like indoctrinating you in that system of being controlled by these people. And if I was in another neighborhood, I would have never gotten arrested because those neighborhoods are not policed the same way, right? So the police presence isn't even there for smoking a little fucking joint. It's not bad. It should not be illegal anyway because everybody does it. How can that be illegal? But smoking cigarettes is legal, which is like poison. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be legal anyway. Shouldn't be illegal anyway. And our neighborhoods are over-policed because, man, I can run down 10 million reasons why they're over-policed, and we all know why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our neighborhoods are over-policed, so that's why I'm like, my whole thing is like, when I can say firmly, fuck the police because of what it represents. The same way I can say fuck the KKK without blinking. Because it's like, it's not for good. It's for control. And at the end of the day, it's like, hold on one second. Just like I was saying, I watched this documentary about social media last night about how it's made to be addictive and destructive in a way, and just to get money and energy out of you. That's true. And also, it's a place where you can connect with people and
biggest gift in the curse
sell things and stuff like that. So it's like the police, of course, they can help get a cat out of a tree or.
I'm about to say, who do you call when some real shit happens to your family?
Yeah, man. My thing is this, man. There needs to be a reform. So I'm not. There's a group of people who are radicals who believe that there should be an abolishment of the police.
Nah, I think that's ridiculous.
It's people who believe that, but I don't believe that necessarily. What I believe there needs to be a complete and total overhaul and reform of the system of policing, because the way it is now is archaic, outdated, and set up to brutalize and control and abuse the people at the bottom of the totem pole, which are often black people.
So let me ask you both a question. This is apparently a conversation that we don't really like to have, right? Let's keep it very... No, not this conversation. Not this conversation. This conversation I'm about to ask right now, right? This question I'm about to ask right now. We got to keep it tall with each other. Yeah, what the fuck would our neighborhoods be like if we didn't have any police? Listen to what I'm saying, though. They're bugging. I'm just talking about the fear of the police, not them being abusive to us or whatever, however they're acting toward us. I'm just talking about seeing a cop car. Like, damn, I know I can't do this shit because the cops might be around. Like, we're fucking shooting each other. It's a wild, wild west right now. And that's with police around. What happens with no police?
So here's my thing. That's true. And what I will always go back to is, why are our neighborhoods the way they are in the first place? Are black people inherently wicked or evil or bad or more violent naturally than anybody else? Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
Right? We are, in these poor black neighborhoods, we're in a position where we are trying to survive, just to eat every day and have a roof over our head and clothes on our back. We're trying to clamor for the basic essentials of life. We're not just like, and it's like, it puts us in a position where we have to do whatever it takes by any means necessary to survive. So that means we might fall into what may be deemed a life of crime, or we may be doing things that are violent to each other because we're literally born into a state of chaos and panic because we have nothing and no hope, right? So it's like I can say that the police presence in these black communities, like you said, it presents this, the perfect word you use is fear, right? Of being arrested or killed or beaten or something like that. And it's like, we would be fucked up without police, but we need to address why we are in this fucked up state in the beginning. And to address that is not police. Police is not the answer to that. It's real education. Like, my thing I always go back to, and it sounds kind of like buzzwordy or kind of like, but knowledge of self. If you really know who you are, I always attribute that to why I didn't. You were just saying we come from these different neighborhoods, and we could take this route or that route. Why didn't I take that route? I'm too good for that. I'm better than that. I know who my ancestors are. It's like you could act like that shit don't matter, but you could think that until you. I'm a product of that. So all I can do is go off of what I know.
This is where the disagreement.
But that's what I'm saying though. It started in the house because I was lucky because my parents went out and found that throughout because on some outlier shit because of their environment because my grandfather was a follower of Marcus Garvey and planted certain seeds in my pops. Like you feel me? But it's like we need to get that information and resources about who we are and our purpose on this planet, which is love and healing. Like we need to be focused on those type of things and realize that that's what it means to be black, right? So it's like what it means to be black is to love, because black people are the first people on this planet. So if anybody's the creators, if anybody's God, is black people, right? Like we are the progenitors of everything good in the world. And if you do, and it's like, I could say these type of things that sound kind of flowery and cute, but when you do historical research and about the Moors, about ancient Egypt, about the Mali Empire, about Ghana Empire, the Songhai Empire, the Nubian Empire, that's what I'm saying. I don't even be liking to go into all this shit because it's like, let's work. I teach this type of shit. Like when you know this type of shit, you know who you are and what you're capable of for real, you're gonna make different choices. But that information, and that's exactly why that information is kept from us.
So everything that you're saying, right? I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay. But then, in one breath, you always say that we're poor, or you grew up poor, and I always tell you, you'll stop saying that. And you, to me, you just proved to me that you're not poor. Like, poor is a monetary thing. Yeah. Like, you're fucking wealthy as shit. It's the reason why me or Jonathan, like, yeah, we play basketball. Also, we went to college. We fucking meet these white people, and then they don't look at us as black, and they be like, oh, all black people aren't the same, because look at Jonathan, look at Anthony, look at Ace. Like, you guys aren't all the same. It's like, because I have a wealthy mindset. Yeah, I had a single mom. My dad was in my life, but I didn't have a 2-family household. My dad made 6 figures, but did I reap the benefits of it? Yeah, because I kind of was a spoiled kid. But I also had a driven mentality where I was like, nah, I'm gonna hoop, right? And me just saying I'm gonna hoop led me to so many other things. So I didn't have the same black experience as per se you. So I've seen every day in school.
And I always tell you.
No, but I have a different. I have empathy to.
You are an exception. You're exceptional. You're an exceptional human.
Because but also so it was a decision I made too. Though it's a decision. It's still a decision. Though.
It's true.
It's a decision.
But because it takes empathy to know that not everybody has the tools to make those decisions.
I'm no longer saying that anymore. Yeah. I'm no longer saying like if I did it, you could fucking do it.
Right,
I'm not saying that. However, what I'm saying, the reason why I brought that up is that you have wealth. Because you have a mindset. You're not saying I'm poor. I ain't gonna be shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. There's mad people, even where we're from, and other surrounding neighborhoods and other parts of New York City who think that way. So if you believe that you're poor, you're always gonna be fucking poor. Yeah. But if you learn, if you have knowledge, if you read, pick up a book, or just learn who you are as a person, love yourself, that's wealth itself. My mom always be like, oh boy, you're not poor. My mom at a young age, even when my mom really didn't have it like that, she'd be like, we're not poor. She said, you're rich. I'm like, Ma, literally, I can't get 10 Jordans this week. Like, so we're not rich. Right? But as I got older, I'm like, oh, no, that's what she was saying. Like, when you have a wealthy mindset, again, right, when you see certain shit, even though the black families were making 70 grand, 60 grand, it's like, all right, that 76 grand now allow me to take a trip to Europe now. Now that I go to Europe, I'm like, oh, wait, time out. I left my hood,
different shit.
I traveled, now I want more. So now you're gaining wealth. So now because you open your eyes and you see certain shit, you strive for more. You open yourself up for more.
Socks is hard.
Even like this. Like, nigga, like, I'm opening myself to, like...
like this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. But this whole shit is like, no.
But you know what,
I don't want to wear regular Nike socks anymore. I want to wear Stans, colorful shit. Because you open yourself up.
He said mindset, though. 1 second. Because I gotta catch that. Like, mindset, that poor mindset. Yo, bro, I work in Far Rockaway. You know, I've been doing property management for a while now, right? In the projects, yo, I'm watching these families, bro. It's really generational. Like, it's crazy. Yo, I'm watching these families. They come down to the office. They're crying about trying to pass their Section 8 down. Yo, there's people that have been in these buildings for 40, 50 years, just passing Section 8 down to their daughters. That shit is kind of crazy to me, bro. So you don't have there is no, I'm ever gonna go get my own crib. I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying, outside of these parameters because this is what you see, bro. Like,
I think it's just important to mention, I feel like we have to, in the same breath that we say these people don't know this, they don't know that, in the same breath we have to say why they don't. Because we have to be careful about our language. I'm super against condemning black people when I know what we've been through. Like, we can never just be like, niggas gotta get it together, niggas gotta give it together. Like,
condemning and enabling.
Okay.
What's the difference, though? Like, again, you just like you said, the same breath, right? Or saying you have to understand why they're doing that, but also you don't want to keep enabling people to continue. So you have to like try to teach them, like, all right, I understand that this is what you've been through, but
that's
also,
we're saying the same thing.
Okay.
Because it's like you saying don't enable them. So in order to not enable them, we give them game. Or we promote, like, you know what I'm saying? And the way to do that is not to just be like, y'all got it fucked up, or y'all think wrong. It's like, that's part one. Now, what's part two? Here's how you like, because I'm not even going to do that. Like, so people come and you saying they got it fucked up. So teach them how to not have it fucked up. Like, that's my thing. My whole thing is like, you're exceptional. You're an exception. Use that. That's what I'm saying.
But that takes
use that information to teach and give to people who don't know.
That takes reprogramming, right? Because we're programmed, bro. Like, we're so programmed. So for you to even teach certain shit to certain people, they gotta want to learn it. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
But even go back to what you just said earlier. Like, I don't have certain conversations with certain niggas.
Right.
It's like because they're not programmed to even hear what you're saying. Yeah. Like even with you and I, because you know who you are as a person, you can understand what I am saying. Like, even like when I say with the whole poor shit, like Kofi, nah, we were poor. Yeah, but I'm saying, we were poor, but we're actually wealthy. Like, so he understands. We end up saying the same shit, but it's again language, right?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm talking about money and resources and access to resources. So it's like, I get what you're saying philosophically, but literally, we don't have the money or resources and access to get to certain colleges,
but that's
access or even information to know about even certain jobs that even exist.
But philosophical leads you to
for sure
the idea of knowing that these jobs exist. Philosophical. So if you really truly believe that you could do some shit, it's gonna happen. It's universal language, bro. And that's really what it all is. It has universal language. Does not see fucking color. And that's what they try to like deter us from having. So if you have a strong mentor, right, like you're a smart nigga or you're smart, just a smart person individually. Like they feel threatened by it, because even last episode he was like, yo, if you have a strong mindset, you're physically gifted, mentally gifted, and now you're financially gifted, they don't like that.
Yeah, they
don't like that. So what I do is like, yo, bro, I tell people like, nah, you could do that. You think I walk around here calling people champ, just say champ because it's a lingo? Like, nah, you're a champion, bro.
Word up.
You're a champion. Like, you're milk. Like, you have something more to offer in life than just being on the corner. Like, I understand.
And that's my whole thing. It's always, my thing is always like, I just gotta say it. I'm just super against this. Like, yo, man, we got niggas saying, you try to teach. Like, yeah, that's true, but come on, man. Like, we've been through mad shit, bro, as a people. And if you understand what we've been through, you gotta have empathy. You have to, in order to, because what's the point? What's the ultimate goal? Progression, building, growing, getting better. And we all know we fucked up. We know that already. So it's like, how do we add on, build, heal, grow? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you show, you teach.
If you know, each one teach one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in our own ways.
Basketball, right? 100%.
Like,
100%.
Yeah, like.
Shout out to AJ. I'm gonna bust your ass.
Yeah, like,
yo, he's definitely vlogging this, by the way.
Nah,
definitely gotta get it on video, bro.
I gotta. So AJ and Kofi, it's a good pivot with basketball shit, right? Because again, basketball is what for me in his life, right, is what allows us to be in the position that we are in today. Oh yeah,
Right.
I'm a LeBron James
They're hooping.
fan. A lot of people don't. I think that's a good like I feel like that's a good barometer for who people. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of serious, kind of not right now. But like, if I meet somebody and they are a LeBron James hater, I know they just not a winner in life. They just like they not ill. Like they're not an ill nigga. Like
So let me ask you: you talking about basketball wise or just as a person? Because as a person,
well, I mean, I don't know the nigga as a person. So I mean,
no,
it's
I'm
like,
saying what he's doing off the court.
like
what
his
he's doing for
image.
community,
His image is
100%.
different from his person.
No, way different.
You know what I'm saying? So
But-
it's like, that's what I'm saying. We don't know him as a person. All we know is his image, the image he presents. So
That's
you may
the question.
disagree or not like his image, which is like, I don't put that much stock into that. And also, I don't have no problem with his image. What the fuck is there to not like about
No,
the nigga?
no. You see, you're going the opposite way.
Okay.
I'm talking about what he does off the court.
Yeah.
It's an amazing.
Oh,
like,
okay. You don't
it's
like
good.
how he play.
We had this conversation.
Okay.
You know, I don't love
Okay.
how he plays basketball.
Okay.
He gets it done, which I respect. Do I have a little more admiration for him now? Absolutely. That's home team
Nigga, John
now.
is a LeBron.
Right,
nigga.
right, right.
That's home team now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so of course I'm gonna be rooting for LeBron, but I'm not a major fan of the style
Of his game.
style of play. Yes.
He has a perfect, complete game.
And
though.
it absolutely does not.
What's wrong with his game?
Yo, bro, he has no moves. No moves. Struggles half court scoring. Everything's mostly downhill. Has to be downhill. I will say this: he has improved his jump shot, which I've been saying for years. You got it. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was the best player in the world by far, not even close,
Yeah.
and still came back every year with something new.
That's the thing about LeBron. It's fucked up because it's like we always gonna have to compare. him
But
to
you
Jordan.
can't.
No. I'm not. Because Kobe was the same way. I'm just saying in general. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you can't
you're the
stop his
greats.
downhill shit. Just
Right.
You couldn't stop Jordan's fadeaway.
No, you can stop his downhill shit. I've somebody stopped numerous
I mean,
times.
I
like-
guess it's possible, but not
takes,
really, bro.
It takes,
Like,
it takes 4 people to stop his
But do you-
downhill.
he gonna do that spin
but you
move
get
from
what
the
I'm
foul
saying?
line?
Yo, I'm the skill
and
guy.
hop with one leg and like
Right. No, listen.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm,
like-
I'm with y'all. I'm saying he's a freak of nature, 100,000%.
Yeah.
I'm the skill guy, though. I like skill
get
set,
you.
which is why I love Melo. His
But
skill
it's
set
like
was retarded.
But, okay, but skill set. We talking about skill set. His court vision, his passing ability.
It's the greatest of
That's
that size.
skills.
But,
like-
but that's what hold up, so that's what makes his downhill ability so dangerous. Because look, if you try to put the wall up, right, you leaving shooters open, you leaving people open.
Right.
So because he has his other skill sets, it makes his downhill presence that much of a threat.
More effective.
You
Yeah.
can't leave one person in front of LeBron because yes, he is wider and he's quicker than a lot of people in the NBA. So and then he also has the athletic ability. So you have to put all of that into play because in my gameplay, I play like I was bigger than what I am, 5'10", 5'11", you know. Whatever. I'm between 5'10" and 6 feet, right? I'm between 5'10" and 6 feet.
On paper.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm between
Paper.
5'10" and 6 feet.
Yeah.
Depending on what part of my career you're talking
Depending on
about.
what shoes you got on.
Huh?
Is it depending on what shoes you got
No,
on?
yeah, and I used to wear big man sneakers like Tim Duncan and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that. So with extra the bubble,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. So like, I get like his skill set. That's his skill, and that's why I take a little offense to it because like that's my skill set. That's how I play. Because if there's one person in front of me, I'm scoring. And if you add a second, third person, I'm getting a dime.
Yeah, but you're shifty. Here's my thing. You're shifty. Yo, look, don't get me wrong. He's a great basketball player.
Yeah.
Top 3 to 5 ever to play basketball. I'm just saying it's not my style of play. You understand what I'm saying? I like effortless. I'm going to put this ball in the basket. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
You like people like Kyrie Irving.
Skill set.
Yeah, I understand what you mean by skill set as
Like,
far as like having this like, it's even people like Kyrie or like the guards that have these like package.
like Derrick Rose.
These-
Give me a
these-
Derrick
you know what I
Rose.
mean? Like-
Or that's what I'm saying. Like a Mel. Like I say
But
Melo
to
all
me,
the
Derrick
time.
Rose, he don't play like LeBron. They play similar to
No,
me.
hell. Derrick Rose got that nigga bag is heavy.
No, it's a little different.
His whole bag, his bag is
Like
heavy.
he's saying with the whole that I play downhill, but then I could be shifty.
Yeah.
Like Derrick Rose is very
Shifty, changes speed, changes
Yeah.
direction. Like, so it's 2 different games. Like my game, like I think of like LeBron, like
He's 6'8", 275 pounds.
no,
no
that's
more.
what makes it like
He's not that heavy
retarded.
no
Like,
more.
What, like
but
250?
but that's what makes it
Like
insane.
240, 230 now, I think.
Okay.
His game, and this is gonna sound crazy. Don't fucking look at me crazy, right? But his game to me is like, per se, it's like Russell Westbrook. There's not much fucking moves. It's just like I'm just gonna go. There's no change of speed. It's I'm gonna fucking just go.
I feel
straight
like to
ahead,
be
right?
specific, and let's be clear, I know way less about basketball than y'all do. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like his offensive game is like Russell Westbrook. But his game,
Agreed.
It's
Okay,
not. It's like no one ever, literally ever. That's why I'm like, and I don't know that much about basketball, but it's like this nigga can do everything ever. He's a great defender. Great.
He was a great defender.
He was.
He's
right
averaging
now,
3 blocks a game.
No, right now,
he was a great defender.
So let me correct you. He was a great defender, but now he's a great off-ball defender. At the ladder of his career.
So on ball, but he's 35. It's going to be harder to be a great on ball defender.
He knows what he's doing.
But I'm saying, like, I'm just looking at the number. I'm looking at what this nigga's doing this year, bro.
He doesn't get that championship
like,
game.
it's just, I've never seen no shit like this. Like, and I'm just a fan. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a little biased because I'm a big fan of what he represents and how he's on some like Black Power shit. I love that because to be who he is in the position that he has right now and to take the stance that he takes has never happened before. Jordan didn't do it. Kobe didn't do it. Well, you're right. You're right. Excuse me. And Kareem.
Yeah, Kareem.
I forget about shit like that sometimes, but you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, Bill Russell.
It's been a long time. In the modern era.
And it wasn't as publicized back then, apparently. So
Yo, you know what I heard
much
recently?
food on it.
I don't know if this is true, so correct me if I'm wrong. So, the LA Lakers Chicago championship in Bulls Jordan versus Magic, they asked them to not play, like the black leaders, or whatever.
Craig Hodges and them.
Because of the whole Rodney King shit, and they said something like,
"Hell no,
are you crazy?" Everybody was like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, they're like, "No." And I just see, like sometimes the whole conversation, like how like, we shit hasn't changed. Nah, shit had changed. You see how far we came? Niggas can't say, yo, we not playing.
I feel like the thing about LeBron is he's the most, and this is gonna be like what? But like he's the most secure, and they're gonna be like, I'm telling you, he's the most secure, like best player in the world ever. Let me tell you why. Because he knows who he is, and that's all he cares about. Somebody like Michael Jordan, he never felt like he was enough. Especially when you watch that documentary, the shit that just passed, he never felt like he was good enough. Which is crazy, but that's the truth. He always felt like he had to do more, he needed to do more. He was insecure. Like, he was insecure, which is why the only thing that's important to him is winning and being the best. That's not the most important thing to LeBron. Which, and also, I'm big on that because on some Black Power shit, I feel like what he did with the decision, all of that shit, people don't like that. I love all of that shit. Because what it does is it gives power back to the athlete. And these athletes are young black men. And people forget, we get caught up in the romanticism of sports. These teams are fucking corporations run by white billionaires. That's all they are. They make billions of dollars a year off of the shit, and niggas make $10 million a year. It's less, you know what I mean, 1%, maybe sometimes less than 1%,
annual revenue.
Right. That the average basketball player is gonna make. It's a drop in the bucket to these billionaires. So it's like, why should you be so fucking loyal to these fucking teams? And that's what you're seeing is happening now. That players is like, fuck these niggas. I'm gonna get, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be out of here when I'm 38.
Yeah, you get me the fuck out of here.
And they're gonna just fucking kick you in the ass and be like, good life, good ratings. We're gonna put your jersey in the rafters, which is not your fucking jersey. It's just nothing. It's nothing that matters.
Unless if you're exceptional.
What you mean?
Because not everybody gets to kick in the ass like, all right, peace out. Not everybody.
No, everybody does. Nigga, nobody stays in the NBA forever. And it's all a kicking ass on the way out. I'm saying, like, what I'm trying to say is, even if they throw you a big retirement party and all that shit, you're still just.
I get
you only in the NBA for 10 to 15 years if you're a superstar.
But you could
5 to 8 years if you're just a regular person. And really probably like 2 years if you're really a regular person. Like, niggas ain't staying in the league forever. And you're going to get what you get out of it. And niggas, and that money source, the $1 million, that shit cuts off. And niggas it's not life-changing money. $20 million a year for like 8 million years, it can be. But what also happens is your lifestyle comes up to that money. So now your houses and your cars and your staff and all that type of shit. So now, because I look at somebody like LeBron, I love what he's doing. Even because he's already setting himself up for post-NBA career. That's all the moves he's making. And he's making it so that he's not going to be a slave to the NBA or TNT or ESPN or, in the future having to be on the sidelines, fucking, like everything is basketball forever. No, life is bigger than basketball. It's just a means to an end. Because at the end of the day, it's not that important. It's fucking basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we love it. We all love it. But it's like, nigga, you're not a fucking biochemist. Like, you're not a fucking somebody doing research to find a vaccine right now. That's an important job.
Yeah, be careful how you talk about my first love. I'll fuck you up, bro. But you get me tight over here. I'm about to fuck you up. Don't disrespect basketball. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But yeah,
Yo,
but you're gonna look too hard on my shit. It's not fucking biochemist, nigga. We ain't a fucking doctor.
That's when you hit the nigga with
Yeah,
the
like,
At the end of the day,
that's your
fuck
word.
basketball, dog.
That's your word. That's your word.
That's your word?
Don't watch.
Nah. I'm definitely watching
Why would
tomorrow.
you
Don't
ever
watch
do
NBA.
this?
I'm definitely watching.
Don't. Matter of fact,
Nah, tell me
matter of
to
fact,
go to
take
the
off those
lab.
Nike shorts. Take off those Nike shorts. That's basketball.
Nah.
That's basketball. Take
You're
your
right.
Nike
You're
off.
How
right.
about
You're
this?
right.
How about you go
Nah,
home
these are
tonight
trash.
and go watch the fucking lab? Watch niggas make the vaccine in the lab. How about that?
Don't wait, all your
Joe?
fucking
These are actually track shorts. So
Yo, listen.
how about that? I think it's actually tennis
Guess
shorts.
what? If it wasn't for basketball, Nike wouldn't be as niggas.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. Yes,
Watch
right. It
your
wasn't for
fucking
Michael
mouth.
Jordan. It wasn't for Michael Jordan in
What
particular.
am I doing before he played?
No. I'm just saying. Like, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Watch him out.
I think you know, my main point is just like, man, we gotta think bigger than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the basketball ends, and you gotta have a life after that. And these young black people, these motherfuckers is going out bad.
It's a tool though.
Niggas going look at fucking, and I don't even want to start naming people, but niggas is going out bad. Some people is ending up okay, but a lot of niggas is going out bad.
It's not even.
It's
bro,
a better education right now, though.
Hold on. So it's not even about basketball though per se either. Like, it's again, just because, all right, you could be a 19-year-old kid from the hood, right? And then tomorrow when you're 20, you're a multimillionaire. Yeah. You don't know how to use that. Yeah. Like, I'm just learning the financial language, and I'm 33 years old. Like, these motherfuckers don't know this financial language. So a lot of them do end up bad. Like, I know people who play in professional sports and don't have the same type of thing going on because they didn't know that financial, like, for instance, like, you know Jamal Mashburn is? Remember Jamal Mashburn? Yeah, of course. Jamal Mashburn is still rich. You know why?
Hell.
Because Jamal Mashburn did the same thing with LeBron James. He's not big like that, but like Jamal Mashburn is still a multi-millionaire. Yeah. Like, it's
like I was saying before, it's always gonna be exceptions. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's like
it's more common now. Like,
for sure,
I think we've learned.
And I think, not to cut you off, I'm gonna let you finish. And I think that part of that can be attributed to LeBron James.
Yeah,
he changed the culture in that way.
He plays a big part, but it's also attributed to us seeing these people. Like, you got the fucking Antoine Walkers, like, you see these stories, and now them putting it out there for us. The old heads, the OGs in the league is like, you know what? Let me at least fucking.
That's the sorry for the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck.
Shit part of the program.
Nah, for sure. Hood shit.
But yeah, so now we got that. We got the blueprint now. So now it's like they're passing game down to the young kids, and that's actually, I really like that a lot.
Yeah. So that's another thing basketball helps with, because you be like, oh, a basketball player comes from the hood, he makes it, and then not every one of them goes broke after. It's like, oh, after basketball, so now we're part of the generation of, like, for instance, LeBron James is 2 years older than us. 1 year older than y'all. Yes. Right? So it's like,
yeah, you younger than me. You my young boy. Don't forget that. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so you start to see, like, oh, he's no longer playing the sport, but he still got bread. He's still riding around in this. And not only LeBron James, this is anybody. Like, oh, he's prolonging his money. Oh, so you actually could speak to so many people like, yo, how you still doing? Oh, you invest? Yeah. Oh, you do this?
Sharing information.
Also, even though you was fucking with chicks, you had cars, you had cribs, but you also invested? What's investing about? Oh, you invested in this or you invested in that? So that's another thing that we're learning. And
for the record, I feel that way about all entertainment, by the way, because basketball's entertainment, ultimately.
Yeah, it is.
I feel that way about all entertainment. It's not that important in the grand scheme of the world.
It's a tool.
And also, it never lasts forever or your whole life.
Only acting. Like,
you have hot spots. Even with acting, bro, that's a rare. Niggas be out of here. A lot of the actors we grew up, you go watch a movie from the 90s.
Yeah, like, damn, where they at?
All those actors are somewhere struggling. Remember the nigga from the Cosby Show was working at Trader Joe's, was it? Or Whole Foods or something like that? Like, all these entertainment fields, they suck everything out of you while you got a little hot spot, and then they get the fuck rid of you. Everybody. Any entertainment field is like that. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the way he's saying that.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's partially right. But
you know I love basketball, bro.
You fought that shit tooth and nail, yo.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like all of this shit. I'm a musician. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking now like, man, the clock is ticking. That's why I'm going so hard right now. Because the clock is ticking. It's almost over for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not yet, because I'm blessed, I'm lucky, I was able to
It would definitely be
find,
over if you think like that, though.
No, I'm
you
just
could
saying.
Still
Like,
be part of it some way, some shit.
No, it's like ways to be a part of it. I'm talking about being like a talent, you know what I mean? Like,
okay,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
mean like front center.
Yeah, like,
okay.
there's ways to, now I'm working on that. I'm trying to work on the transition out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go out without a fight, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I'm going to put out music. I'm going to try still, because for one, I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it to make it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is literally like my lifeblood. Like, this shit is like breathing and eating. Like, music is like as natural to me as I need to eat every day or drink water every day or sleep every night. I need to do something musical every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not about career or longevity as much as just a spiritual practice in a way. But at the same time, it's like, I want to pivot that into some kind of career. You got to make the best moves, but you got to also know that there's a window. Like, everybody ain't going to be Hove. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look at Nas. Like, he's an important musician. He's rich on some shit like that. But I'm talking about, like, his musical relevancy. Okay. Like, and his ability to, like, anyway, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like in any field like that, you have a window. Yeah. And you got to prepare for later. That's why I'm saying for basketball, I'm happy that athletes are taking the power back and not having this kind of idea of being loyal to these fucking corporations. Because we say team, and that's the code word to try to brainwash you to thinking that you're a part of it. You're not. You're expendable. They'll trade you and get rid of you at any given fucking moment. They don't give a fuck about you. Unless you get hurt, you're going to really find out how much they give a fuck about you.
If you're exceptional or not. I think that's what we're going to name the episode, exceptional.
I like that.
But to go back to music, so I want to talk to you about your music. You've evolved. Like, you went from a rapping ass rapper, you went from R&B, you went from writing, and you also, from your roots, you're a percussionist.
Yep.
So you put out this new project, Nation Time.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't hear you rapping in a long time. When I first, me and Bess played it, I heard the intros. I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready for a rap album. I'm getting ready for a rap album because like the whole Nation Time shit. I'm like, all right, he about to rap on some Nas Black is Black shit, right? Yeah. So then it's mad music going on. I'm like, okay, cool. And then it's a vibe too. So I'm like, what made you take that approach with putting out music? Because obviously you put out so many different types of music. You put out like R&B music and shit like that. You even, you know what I'm saying? Like, you even had Ari Lennox big you up with your R&B music. So you could rap. So it's like, what made you put out like a body of like music? Because the only body of music I remember going back to when we used to listen to WBLS, we used to have like saxophone and trumpets being played on the radio. But we don't hear that no more. But like you put that out. So what made you do that? So
first of all, thank you, like, for listening and for digging it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always, it never gets old hearing somebody say like your music. Like, it's always great, and I don't even expect it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't expect it like automatically people gonna like it. Like, I like it, so I'll put it out because I like it and believe in it, and I hope people like it, but I don't assume people will ever. So if people like it, I'm like, oh shit, you like it? Wow, thank you, every time. Also, R&B, rap, all that type of stuff. Like, I'm just a musician. I'm still being an MC for me is like being a basketball player for y'all. Are you not a basketball player anymore?
I still believe I'm a basketball player.
Yeah, you still believe you're a basketball player, right? Like, even if you don't play every day, you're a basketball player.
I'm still a basketball player, right?
That's how I feel about rhyming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I can tap into that whenever I need to. It's like a mode, and I'm not always in it. And when I'm in it, I'm in it. And it's like, I'm the best on the earth. Like, rhyming, like I said, I feel like I can tap into that at any given time. It's natural for me. Like, that's the thing that comes probably the most natural to me musically. Singing is so funny. I was just saying yesterday, I had a show with my old music teacher. So Mr. Jordan from 147 was on the same bill as me yesterday at the JPAC.
How you look? How's he look?
He looked right. I took a picture with him. I'll show you. He looked the same, just gray, but he looked exactly the same. And we was laughing about that. Like, he didn't remember me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect him to, but it was all right. Like, I didn't care. I was just like, and the funny thing is we had a Zoom meeting leading up to it, and we kind of got into it a little bit. And I didn't realize who he was until because his name is Keith Jordan, right? So they was calling him Keith. And then we had another meeting, and he mentioned where he taught, and he said 147. And I was like, Keith Jordan, 147 music. I was like, oh shit, it's Mr. Jordan. And then I sent it to Asia, like, yo, is this who I think it is? He said, nigga, that's Mr. Jordan. But anyway, singing, that was in fourth grade, 9 years old, was Mafia class, in the Glee Club, little children's choir, learning, singing. Like, so I've been singing and drumming. I started rhyming when I was like 14. I wrote my first rhyme when I was like 14 years old. And 15, 16, I was in a rap group with Bug. Shout out to Anthony.
My God.
Like GFC, Get Fresh Crew, that was our shit. We made a whole CD. And this is like, I always say, like, it's deep because I had a whole musical life before the internet. So none of this shit, it's like it never happened.
And
like, you know what I'm saying?
You
like,
signed too, right?
Nah, hell no, I wish.
Did you say,
I took meetings.
Oh, okay.
I had a meeting with Roy Jones Jr.'s label. Yeah.
Yeah, you be for real?
Yeah, Body Headbanger. Yeah, shout out to Duck, my man Ducky from my neighborhood, one of my OGs. He was fucking with me. This was when I'm like 16, 17 years old. Like, he took, and this is like right after, because me and Ant was doing some shit together. We did a whole CD. And
not me. Not this.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Bugs. I'm going to say Bugs. Me and Bugs was fucking with each other doing music, and we just went separate ways, but that's still my man. Even then, I don't know why. Anthony got that type of spirit where you just never really can stay mad at him. Like,
that's a fact.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like you said, you don't know why. Like,
yeah, it's like you just always love him. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm talking about he would just like not show up for sessions and shit, and I would have to like figure it out. And so I was forced in a way to go to go solo. And so when in that era, I was like on the block, rhyming, battling niggas, all that type of shit. And Ducky heard like, yo, this young boy, this nigga taking me around places, like all that type of shit. It was niggas like fucking with me, taking me around, booking shows for me, getting me meetings with producers. And this guy, his name is Sean, but his rap name is Jack Frost. He was signed. He had a song with like New Edition. He was like popping for like, you know, he was popping for the time. I remember he had a video on BT he was in and shit like that. So, you know, when you're young, that shit is ill. But like, yeah, so music and rhyming and shit like that and being in that kind of vibe, it was early for me, 15, 16, 17 years old. And then around from like 14 to like 19, 20, I was on some like rhyming shit. And still singing a little bit. I would like write hooks for other people to sing because I didn't feel confident in my voice. So it was still always there. Like, but then I remember, so once I always drummed too because my father's a drummer and there was always drums in my house. So I always played like African drums and stuff like that. But I never looked at it like something to do professionally. But it was when I was 21, I was working at the airport. I was working for Swissport technically, but I was working at JFK as a ticket agent. And I quit that job and I had nothing to do with my life and I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I started working at a summer camp that my cousins had, like playing for the dance classes and drumming and stuff like that. And I just fell in love with drumming, and it also found a way for me to make some money because I was just doing nothing with my life. So that's how I started drumming. And once I started taking drumming seriously, and then also once I was 21, I started getting really into like Black Power literature and all that type of shit and reading about our history and shit. And I was like kind of anti-rap a little bit just because what rap was then, this is 15 years ago, was all ignorant shit. So I was just like, I'm not fucking with this shit. So I kind of stopped rhyming because I didn't see a way to be a rapper in that space and be myself. There was no room for me. Then somebody like Kanye West came along and helped me see other ways about that. But so I just dug into music, literally playing music and learning about theory a little bit and composition and all that kind of stuff. And that's when I met you. When I was probably like 20. Not met you because we went to school together. Like, yeah. That's when we reconnected. Right. We went to elementary school together, obviously. But we reconnected when I was like maybe 25, 26, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you was like, you came to the crib. This is when you was on your music shit at the time. AJ, because I reconnected with AJ first, and he really brought me back around everybody. and you was like, yo, I remember my brother was making beats at the time. You bought some beats. Well, not bought, we was making music, gave you some beats. I was like writing hooks for people to sing and shit like that. It was the same thing. And you were just like, yo, this shit dope, nigga, come to the studio, fuck with me. I'm like, all right, bet. And at that time, I was like, I had not been recording music in a long time. And I started coming back around and getting that vibe, and then you started the band, the style. And being in the style, man, that shit reinvigorated all my music shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It got me back on track. It like realigned me with what I was supposed to be doing. And it also gave me so much training in being a band leader. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would book rehearsals, shows, like come up with concepts for shit. It like got me back in that bag, like us working together, you know, doing that shit at the time. And it was like, it was safe for me because I didn't have to be in front. Like, you know what I mean? I was just in the back, like kind of just learning. Like I looked at it as an opportunity to learn. Right. How to be on stage and how to put together a show and all that kind of stuff. We was all learning together, really. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was a really transformative time in my life. Like, we did that for like maybe like 3 or 4 years.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know. That shit changed my life because it realigned me with shit that I needed to be doing. Like, you know what I mean? So I forever look on that time fondly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially now in hindsight, because it's like we older now. It's like, I was like, wow, that shit was ill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I look at it. Man. Yeah, we got so many fucking stories, bro.
It's got bad.
Like, if we have more time, we can get into all type of stories. Like,
we probably have like a part 2 because
we got you.
He used to be on this podcast called Chill Against Island.
Yeah, just so we know. Shout out to Bex and Relly Debate.
Bex behind the camera. It was Bex,
you know what I'm saying?
AJ,
me, Bex, and AJ. I mean, at the end of the day. I just want y'all to, you know what I mean? Just pay homage. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? We fathered this shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all really, I gave you power. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you power. So just congratulations and you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? That's how we go in that.
Nah, but brother, I thank you for coming up here today.
Of course.
Real, man. Appreciate
check out Nation Time on Tidal, Apple Music.
And also buy it on Bandcamp.
Yeah, Bandcamp.
Because I need money because I'm a musician and I'm not gigging right now for real and I need money to live. And the music is good and it's worth paying for. $7. So KofiHunter.bandcamp.com. Also, I have t-shirts, just merch for the record. That's on my Teespring. If you go on my website, KofiHunter.com, you can get t-shirts and a CD for like $30.
Fire. And like I will, and it will also be in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, if you're listening to this, go to MiLKSTAND, MiLK.STAND on IG, and we'll have the link to send you to Kofi. And then tell me your Instagram too.
Yeah, my Instagram is my name, at Kofi Hunter. Also follow some of my band pages. Follow Air Sign Music. Follow, I have a band called the Super Nigga. Also, fire. Kwanzaa Fest BK. Follow Kwanzaa Fest BK. It's a music festival that I do. We're trying to figure out how I'm going to do that shit this year. It's going to be virtual. We're going to figure it out. But, yeah, follow the pages. Stay in tune. Thank y'all for having me.
Nah, thank you for showing
up. It's my pleasure. This is going to be the best podcast you guys ever done. So,
all right, man.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But
and like
I love y'all. I love y'all.
I love y'all. Too, blessings. And again, I'm gonna have everybody that he said to follow, his T-shirt, his project will all be in the link below. And again, if you're listening to this, just go to MiLK.STAND or MiLKSTAND.com. We'll have all of that updated for you. So again, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. 2 things for certain: there's enough for everybody, and when you milk. Thank you.